Let me be clear. Health and safety is our first priority, always has been, and will continue to be. So we're taking a number of proactive health and safety measures to mitigate the risk of COVID-19 and the transmission to ensure that we do provide that environment for our students. So how are we doing that? We are requiring mask wearing, employee vaccination or weekly testing, COVID-19 screening for students in grades pre-K through 6, those who do not have a vaccination available to them. With that, our staff is a pivotal point in that. In the spring, I believe we reported to you that we had about 70% of our staff members who we could confirm at that time had received vaccinations. And so that was in the spring when we were preparing for opening in the spring. We've had and continue to have a number of vaccination clinics designed specifically for our staff and students to increase that number. And so again, I am grateful for everyone understanding that this truly does take a community effort for us to make sure we maintain our schoolhouses as the safe space for our students. And so with that said, we've taken a few more proactive measures recently to make sure we do that. So our back to school nights, I know we were all very excited about them and looking forward to returning to some of our previous traditions. Those we will move into a virtual format. We are preparing to receive more than 160,000 students back into our school system this coming year. So here we are sitting in a very different space than we were last year when we were opening schools. But we are excited to welcome back all of those students and our 24,000 staff members who are here and preparing to serve them. We did hear some in public comment and some great recommendations and thoughts that came out of public comment, more specifics about that fall reopening plan and how that fits into some of the contingency planning that we have prepared for the school year. And so we are going to discuss that today, and I say that that is our priority as well, because we want to make sure that every student that we bring into the folds of our school system next Monday come into a safe, healthy, and nurturing environment. That's what they deserve, and that's what we expect to do for them. And so today our plan is going to talk more specifically about how we do that. Now, I will say that our students won't come back to us as strangers this fall, which I'm excited about. This summer, again, a celebratory moment. There's a lot to not celebrate, but I think we have to call out the things that we do successfully. We had 53,000 students participate in our summer school program this summer. And I acknowledge our staff for doing that because we watched and there were a number of places who were not able to provide services to their students. But we were able to provide 53,000 students who wanted to be in our summer school programs an opportunity to do that. Our students perform better when we are with them. Our students socialize better when they're with one another. Our students' mental health is better when we are with them. And those are the components of our program this year that we're going to continue to build on. For our athletes and all of those who participate in extracurricular programs, that's a part of their social emotional well-being. And so when we're in school and able to offer these programs, it helps the whole child be a more successful student in the environment. And so we're going to put everything in place that we can to protect those interests. When we think about Prosper 100, I talked about that a few board meetings ago. One of the cornerstones of that was that we were returning to in-person learning, and that was the commitment of the school system, and it still is. Now we have to say, how do we do that more specifically? How do we do that more intentionally with all of the information that has come forward over the past weeks and month to say, how do we take that into consideration to still provide our students what they need given the circumstances that are in front of us? And that's what prospering really is all about. We also had our students who shared with us, a virtual environment really worked for them, and they were able to thrive in that virtual environment. And so today we're going to talk about our virtual academy. So we are, this year, having two structures, in-person learning and a virtual academy, available to accommodate our students, their learning, and our families. And so we have nearly 3,000 students of our 160,000 students in MCPS who will be in that virtual academy this year. And so whether our students are in buildings or online, the first day of school really does have to be built on how do we establish and maintain, support those relationships and the social emotional well-being of those students. As excited as we are for the school year, we also recognize that the pit in our stomachs, the Delta variant is what I call it, has emerged over recent weeks.